Welcome to another episode of Allendale Pit Brothers. Now today I'm going to be smoking a brisket, but I've been getting requests to show how I get my pit set up for smoking. I'll be smoking a 14-pound brisket, so I wanted to show how I start off with the pit. So first what I did is I divided the coals on one side. I like to cover up this side with foil because I want all my air from underneath to come through and make sure it's only feeding the one coil side. I am going to use lighter fluid for this video. I already soaked some in there. What I did here is I used chunks and some baguettes, and this half of the charcoal here I've only drizzled a little bit of lighter fluid because I want to let this part of it slowly catch on fire, so I don't have to be feeding coals. I don't have to be out here constantly checking. If you're looking, you ain't cooking. I'm not planning. Once I put the brisket down, I'm not planning to open this back up until 2 hours to check it. I will be using hickory. I'll be putting a chunk of hickory right in the middle and let it smoke out, see what it does. So what I also do is I put a water pan in here. So I want to show you how my water pan's looking. I'm going to lay this right in here. So it's going to be a tight fit, but I can get it in there. Now I have this water pan right underneath my brisket with some onion, garlic, salt, and I'm going to add my favorite soda on here to give it some sweetness, because I will be smoking a brisket with the fat on top and meat facing down. I want that sugarness and I want that sweetness and that vapor from this water just to go straight into that meat. So I'm going to get that poured right in there. I'm going for a 6-hour smoke. I'm going to first go hot for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, probably at 350 degrees, maybe 4, just so we can get a nice sear. And then when the fat starts splitting on top, maybe 4 hours in or maybe 3 hours in, I'll go ahead and wrap it. Put a little bit more seasoning. Alright, so I'm going to do that. Some of that sweetness. We'll get this pit started. Again, I'm going to light it on this side where I put some of those lump coals. So there's a couple of baguettes on top of that. And I barely drizzled any fluid here. What I did is I did kind of not snake the charcoal, but I did kind of overlap them. So when the coals start burning this way, these will slowly ignite. And again, I don't have to be feeding charcoal. I don't have to be doing that. Hopefully this fire here will last me a good 4 to 5 hours. I'm hoping. I did let the lighter fluid soak for about 15 minutes, and that helps penetrate the coals and also helps not having so much of that lighter fluid flavor, which I know we're not going to get. So basically this is how I set up my STOK Grill for smoking a brisket. So as you can see, like I said, I only put charcoal really on that one side, and I drizzle a couple of dots on this other side here, which slowly through the cook, those coals start heating up, start burning, and I don't have to be feeding so much charcoal. I have gotten this pit up to 550. Smoked some chickens, it was up to 550. I had to let the lid off, had to mix the coals a little bit. I had to get that down because I didn't want to over smoke those turkeys, or actually get them chickens. Didn't want them to get the skin get so brown and toasty. So that's basically how I set up my grill. Once this burns for a while, I'll put the grate on top, and I will put this 14-pound brisket. I will be putting my brisket on this side. Now also will be facing my top a certain direction, so I'll come back with the second video once I put the brisket on, showing how I do my airflow and how I have my lid put in place. We'll let this burn for a little bit, and then we'll come back with the second part. And then I'm hoping to make this about a 4-part video so you could actually see the process of the brisket being smoked once I put it in, halfway through, and then when it's done, it's slicing and cutting. So please check out our videos, subscribe to our channel. We want some more subscribers, and let's see what this smoke grill can do smoking a brisket. Hit y'all out back later.